Good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the Sunday PM stream, or welcome to the Sunday PM stream, as it were. I am Jay, and just got a couple of things we're going to do tonight. I wanted to test a feature that is in VRChat that basically allows you to stream and kind of provides a different view. So I'm in a private world right now, just kind of hopping around, getting the general view. So to compare it against their streamer, I'll just refer to this as standard POV, you know, whatever you wish to call it, standard view. Let's go with that. For instance, hold on. So here's the stream camera, right? You can place it pretty much at any point. And we'll come back to this in more depth later. So, goodness, if I could see better. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, so right now you probably see me waving, right? And then now you see the runway. That's VRChat's built-in streamer, so we'll call it, you know, streamer view, for instance. So let's say standard view, blah 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 blah, versus streamer view. Almost forgot the name that I just gave it. So let me do this. We'll take a flight in a couple of craft. Just sort of do the same process twice with and without this feature. Let's see. Okay. Let me adjust the resolution just to make sure everything is good. Yep, that looks good. Alright. Let's see. So we'll start with the B-52. This was actually the first craft that I flew in this game. I will not even disclose how many hours I have committed to it, but it is a tremendous amount of fun to me. It really is. I haven't had this much fun with gaming of any kind, I would say, since Sega Dreamcast, which probably says much. Initially when it was on here, the buff for it was pretty low. For some reason it became sort of like a meme tradition to just shoot it and destroy it no matter what, whether someone's just getting in, whether they've been flying in the sky for a little while, pretty much at any point. So anyway, welcome to the B-52. Let's go ahead and lower the canopy. Very nice. Alright. So yeah, real quick, if you're holding the Oculus controllers and you've got the thumbstick, if you take the left thumbstick, if you will, move it around, and that'll give you access to all the options. Same goes for the right side. If there's a feature that's got a toggle, like say gear, press it once. See how the planet's gear went down? We'll go ahead and tap it again, and it comes back up. So that's how you operate those functions using the thumbsticks. Smoke is interesting because you can press it once with the trigger, right? But if you press it and don't let go of the trigger, move your hand. And I think there's an explanation of this at the spawn point. But what's interesting about it is I typically will fly a helicopter up in the air and just move my arm like a crazy person, but it leaves like a really cool rainbow smoke effect. Alright, so standard view, B-52, let's get it. I definitely hope your Sunday evening is a nice one, quiet, relaxing. If you're with family, and or some good pets, good friend, good partner, what have you. Maybe catching up with somebody you haven't seen in quite some time. All that good stuff. It's out there for you. I definitely hope it's happening for you. Happy, happy Sunday. Alright. So, I'm laughing at the fact that I'm taking a B-52 plane. I'm going to be, what do you call it? Doing acrobats in the city. At any rate, this is typically called Sechan City or Sechan City. Sechan City, named after the author of Test Pilots. He actually created, I guess you'd call them assets. Like this fighter, this B-52 is an asset. The helicopter is an asset. And then he licenses them out for free, but this is his baby right here. So you can create private room, fly around, test, do whatever you wish. You can join public lobbies, which we're going to do later, and engage in some good fighting. And there are also things like hidden rocket launchers, boats, there's actually a hack where you can fly away from the board over the horizon, and it will put you back on the other side. It's kind of a cheap way to sneak back on the base, but you know, strategy is strategy, right? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop bombs over the base. Take pleasure in the carnage, and we'll do kind of the same flight with this B-52 in streamer mode turned on. Streamer mode. Hello, everybody. Oh, real talk, I've never gotten this perfect. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Wow. Well, it's not really, I wouldn't call that perfect, but let's see if we can get it. Hang tight. What a waste. What an absolute waste. I talked all that crap, right? Nothing happened. When you're here, if the plane, you know, does end up going off on its own, you jump out from it, these red posts will always respawn it. Excuse me. It's not going to respawn it if someone's in the pilot seat. I don't know if someone's in, you know, say the secondary seat or somewhere in the back. Cool thing about this plane too is they've added a tail gunner. I think I can get into it. Let's see. So someone drives and you cause mayhem in the back. But it's actually a pretty good tool because obviously this fighter plane is a ridiculously huge magnet for bullets, things of that nature. Alright, we'll go to streamer mode. Let's see. It's probably already on, isn't it? Okay, yeah, so you're seeing the plane. And now you are, well, I guess you don't need it. You see my old rusty metallic face? All I can do are L's. I can't do peace symbols, so let's pretend that this is something that represents peace. Alright, let's go. Try this out. Alright. So where you can move, I'm looking at the, basically when you've got it turned on, and you all are seeing something straight ahead. It looks like a little tablet, an iPad that you can put out there, you know, wherever you need it, and you can access the functions. If I were to turn, back, like, I turn this off, raise the cannon in my ass, you'll see me, and you should see that screen right there. So we'll go back to stream mode. Any day here, friend. Getting bored. Whoa! What? I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay. I can't. You son of a bitch! Come on. Is this. You know what? Is this life? Okay. Let's see. If for some reason does it like to. Let me move it closer. Perhaps I can point backwards. This is quality streaming right here, folks. Don't get me wrong. Wait, maybe I have to do it outside the plane. That might be the problem. Okay, there we go. So, you get the idea. After the fumble that I had there. I never said I was perfect, just good looking, you know. 50 coin toss either way, right? Okay, pop, place it. This is where you don't make Michael J. Fox jokes, and I mean that non-ironically. Okay. It's almost impossible to balance this thing, which I don't know if you can see it, but you've got look at me, which would flip the camera, and auto level. Auto level kind of takes place of that imbalance if you're trying to get a pretty good stream like that. None of you people are seeing what I'm talking about. So I was saying, like, to position this, we'll call it tablet, wherever you need it on the screen. It can be kind of a pain to try to set the landscape level for what you're recording. But right here, you've got smooth, which we did to kind of smooth out what's being recorded. Look at me, which I believe goes back to the robot. Hello. And auto level. And you can see right there, we got it crooked. It's the best you can do as a human, robot, virtual something or another. The only drawback I found in the helicopter with this is if you set auto level, say you have to point the nose down, you know, for fighting or whatever, you can't get the bullets. Don't know why. Just the way it is. All right, stream mode. It's on. Position myself in this $40 Amazon wannabe IKEA chair. Hey, it's fine. It's totally fine. Totally fine. All right. So I actually like this view if you're just doing, you know, scenic tours. I did a few videos where I would just take a plane or a craft, fly around with some music blended in. Almost as like a, I don't know, relaxation thing. And also to sort of test what I can stream. And just do different things. Explore some of the hidden Easter eggs, some of the parts of the island that don't normally get hit. So we're going to try that trick I was telling you about towards the horizon. It starts to shake like Oceanic Flight did in the show Lost. Man, that was a great show. One interesting thing about this board is the initial vision of Zuchan, as I understand it, was not just for people to fight one another, but to fight other stuff. And to that end, there is a animation feature that actually brings down the ships for Independence Day. There you go. There's a blip. And the aliens, and you can take to fighting them. You're not going to win. There are way too many, but it's kind of neat to see people band together for something like that. So the view is pretty smooth. I mean, it's not bad. When you're streaming, however, and the stream mode is turned on, if the people on the board are not, you know, I don't think trusted user is the deciding factor. I think it's just they're not a friend of yours. You can't see them on the board. You can't see. I'm not talking about just their gamer tag or their avatar. You can't see their planes or anything. I understand that's from a security standpoint, and you know they definitely want to err on the side of caution, but I've got to figure out if there's a way to negate that. Hang on. Wow, this is a good shot. We might actually cause some appreciable damage. Let's find out. Not bad. It would have been nice if it were across the base, but we can live with that. We can live with that. All right. Give me 1 second to adjust. When you're wearing an Oculus headset and you attempt to drink of anything, tumbler, cup, chalice, I don't know, you look like a complete idiot. There's no way to drink from something and not look an idiot. Yes, I know I could just lift the helmet and do it, but I'm a man, so I'm not going to do it the right way. It's just not going to happen. All right. Having said that outburst of stubbornness, let's go back to, we'll try the helicopter in the same way. We can actually do some decent destruction with it. So we're back to standard view. My voice just cracked like a 13-year-old. That's weird. Alright, we're going to do standard view. Well, I do have to adjust my helmet. Ha! If I had adjusted my helmet before I drank, I could have just drank like a normal person. We don't always make decisions in the right order. Stay in the copter for a little while longer, play around. We're in a private world right now, if anyone's wondering, which is why you don't see anyone else. Once they kind of mess around with this VRChat streaming function for a bit, figured I'd shoot in a couple of the lobbies and mess around. And if anybody wanted to hear the Aileen Wuornos story from so long ago, stick around. There's nothing I would say there's anything super grand about it. It's just more of like a what the hell, you know, time and place, I guess. Okay. Yeah, and something else too that you have to give the standard view is you're not going to be able to look around. I mean, to some people that's good because they tend to get motion sickness, things of that nature. You know, if it's recorded and you know people are whipping their heads back and forth. You know, so it's whatever. I don't really get motion sickness or any kind of that visual-based distortion from the Oculus. A lot of my friends do. They can't play for more than a few minutes, but I've gone in excess of 4 hours and haven't had any trouble. So, like an honorable helicopter pilot, I'm going to abandon ship. And let's see if we can respawn it before it hits the ground. Alright. There's also a trick that I can do. I can put one helicopter on each wing of that plane and then slowly run it down the runway and throw them off. I think I called it helicopter pole vaulting. Alright, so I'm putting the camera back on and mess around with the helicopter, different angles, things like that. Let's see what we get. Are we streaming now? Yep, okay. Make sure smoothing is turned on. I mean, I'm smooth by default, you know what I mean. Alright, let's go. When you have tongue-tied, I'll start over. When you have the camera turned on, the streamer camera, and you get into a craft like the helicopter, they do automatically raise it a pretty good bit, so it's not in your field of view, it doesn't block your heads up, nothing like that. Alright, so you can see that's straight fire across. Alright, we're going to fly probably towards that steel tower. So right now I'm kind of moving down as far as I can without. There's also the zoom function on the right hand side. I will say, which is the farther you zoom out, I believe the harder it is to get a good capture of action directly below you. And I mean that only really applies, I guess, to the helicopter and maybe the hovercraft, but you know, I fly the hell out of this thing, so there we go. I have to say it does look beautiful though, the scenery. I mean, you can't take that away. I just wish they get that crap fixed where you could see other people. I mean, I turn VRChat Streamer mode on when I do this just to hide avatars and things, but they show freaking nobody. In order for it to be worth any kind of salt, you'd have to have all your friends there. Son of a bitch! I'm not gonna call it names. What a poor job that I just did. Alright. I'm gonna walk out. Same thing. Just want to have a look around. Take it in with the streamer camera. Whew! Alright. Let's go in here. Let's try firing some rockets over there at the over the ridge. So I believe you hear the rocket fire notification, but obviously you don't see the HUD. We'll take that flight to the, I call it Steel Tower. Very unique name. Very creative. Thank you, thanks for that. You know, sometimes before bed I'll put on a nature sound CD, particularly crickets. I'm trying to rehearse for my audience during stand-up. I'm getting better. Good fire. Rocket pod. Alright. This is one of the laziest days I have had in I don't know how long. I'm proud of that. I'm sure for a lot of you it might have been a hell of a week. Omicron kind of bumped stuff around, but that's all good. I have no idea of going. I guess I may have to look at OBS to check the time when it comes. I think I'm going to guess probably 15 minutes, 30 seconds in, something like that. Good Lord, if I am close on that guess, the autism will show. Legitimate autism. Alright. I'd say it looks pretty good so far. And you miss things too, you know, when you've got your helicopter or whatnot and you've pulled off a pretty crazy maneuver to get your way through something like this. It sort of loses the spirit of it, I guess. You know, the struggle. It's all about the struggle. So I don't know. I think I'd use this if they fixed that whole thing with the other people on the board. And that very well may be a setting that I could take care of. I'm not certain. Oof. Random question. It's about morning routine. So I have this morning routine where, and it's not dramatic. Every morning when I wake up, I have to make my bed. It's kind of like that thing you hear, you know, start making your bed, other places in your life become productive. My buddy's is like that. He has to do X, Y, Z, and he has exactly two cups of coffee before he starts his day, no matter what the day is. He may be sick, he may be normal. You know, kids got him up all night or got a good night's rest. It's just his thing. I remember when I was younger, my dad had there was like a period of time where he would read the paper and we would keep quiet like 15 minutes or something like that. Pretty cool stuff. I used to immediately go out and jog, but after making it in the bed, I usually do 10 to 25 push-ups just to get going. Currently, I weigh 220 pounds. Kind of a tall guy, about 6'5". But January 2019, I weighed 447 pounds. And I think the way that I put it towards a friend was my health back then reflected my life back then. And now my health now reflects my life now. It's 227 pounds lost in 3 years. It's just by increasing output, you know, decreasing input, that kind of thing. Mainly strength conditioning through calisthenics. Like, you don't want to be throwing the weights around trying to be a beast at my age. So calisthenics really taught me about true strength. It helped me a lot with balance and just clumsy by nature. So it's really awesome. And it's helped me to keep, you know, the weight. You actually get true strength, you know, and it shows. And the confidence is just organic. It's not one of those, you know, going out trying to be all Chad status. That shit's lame. Alright, so we've done a lot with the copter. What else? Let's try something that moves fast and has a lot of horizon. I'd say the hovercraft. I find it ironic I landed the plane just to get the hell off of here with respawn, but that's okay. Alright, so we'll go back to our fabled standard view. You know, we should do the F-16 at first, maybe. Come on. So I've seen a few people use this. Come on. I've seen a few people use this feature on different boards, and I think it has an icon that shows up in front of it, sort of like a webcam. And there were a couple of streamers on Twitch that were using them around Christmas, you know, to go around and see how everybody's holidays were going. Alright, so we are in this, we're in the hovercraft. Let's do it. So this should be standard view. Not bad. Try to keep my head as straight as I can so you can get a good view. Yeah, and this is another instance, right, where you may end up firing directly vertically below, you know, and you get to have it. These craft, they run out of fuel so quickly if you run them full throttle. You drop them a bit, you get more. I think that there are places in the city you can recharge. Definitely any runway, things like that. When my fuel runs low, I typically just go back to base, spin bullets. Like this. Ooh. Okay. So we'll do that one with stream view now. Oh god, they're doing that stupid thing VRChat does. Now can I walk normally? Okay. So, get this going. Alright, so back to that view. Now, I do think this is cool because of all the maneuvering you can do on the hovercraft, you get a good view. Like, I don't want to take a crap on the feature entirely. It's actually pretty great when you want to get stable footage, you know, and get around the headset thing. I give it that. But why even have the ability? I mean, don't you want to see people in battle here? And it could be just some test pilot stuff. I don't know. Show you the difference as you go into the room to battle. fact, I think what I'll do is just go in there and fly the F-16 instead of Big Gear. Oh. We're gonna drop out. Let's find us a world. Let's see. We've got one with. So we've got one with 2 people. That's US West. US West. All the lobbies are US West. Alright, let's drop into a pretty crowded lobby and see what we can get into. Hopefully some trouble. Hopefully some trouble. Alright, here we go. Shout out Ziggy Piggy. Still pretty, baby! And does the WCW give a damn? Hell no! The Prince is the best wrestler ever. Okay, here we go. So, alright, I'm gonna go regular. Alright, let me go to nothing. Alright, so this is us. This is us. You and me. Alright. You still can't. So you can. You can see the guy beneath you. Sorry, I'm like. So you see all the action going on, right? No problem. Alright, I'm gonna look an idiot now with the crap showing, aren't I? Oh, what a bummer. Well, not necessarily. Alright. So we'll go ahead and do the standard streamer test, so it'll take out whatever this plane is called. Come on. I have no idea. I'm just gonna fly for a bit and see what happens. Okay. Ooh. Let me. I've got to adjust. 2. All right. Just not down at all. Bunch of liars. All right. I know someone over there's gonna be in the sky. I think that guy's gonna get it right. If not, we'll get closer. Wait, where's the bait? Shit. Alright. Laugh was such like a mischievous laugh there. I'm not taking it back. Oh, someone's got to be. Shit. I can't hit them. Alright. Let me go around like a sensible pilot would. Can I? Yeah, I'm not saying it was fair, I'm just saying it happened. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to land here on the front. Alright, now we'll do cam. Same diff. Gonna go back to this plane. Probably do the same shit run again for the hell of it. So it pops up. Oh my, hold on a second. Is that on there? I'm not making any comments about furry icons, I'm just not. Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, that guy's cool. Okay. He's a great helicopter pilot. He and I will typically scratch the base. You know what? Learn how to fly. Oh my god, you reap what you sowed, do you not? Jesus Christ. You're a monster! Monster. Who would crash? You know what? Let's not go there. Alright, hang tight, friends. If I don't end up doing the same thing. Let's see. Alright, so we've got stream mode turned on. There we go. So I see people's avatars in the sky, but I mean, obviously we're too far away to see their crafts. Planes, whatever you call them. So I'm going to fly towards them, just to see if anything shows up. right... Oh, I missed him. Good pilot. Alright, so I can probably... Yeah, watch this. Like, I'm firing missiles at something I don't think any of you can see. What good is that? Oh, shit. I want that guy. I don't mean to complain like DSP, though. I'm sorry about that. I don't want to get on like a 25 Twitter thread rant with Burger King. I don't want to bitch 35 plus minutes about tips. I need money now. He actually conditions his audience. What a winner. What a winner. That's why I love the detractor community, because they're on point. You know what? This is bullshit. Alright. So I'm going to go back to regular mode. And let's see where we are. Have a little fun. I think... Where's that place at? We'll respawn. What an asshole. Why would he shoot at me? I have no... Whatever. There must be at least one cop, right? Huh? Hopefully somebody will shoot somebody else. There we go. Alright, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. The best lessons are taught assertively and with force. That's the quote. Don't even land near me, weird glowy avatar. Alright, well, let me get the gunner. Alright, here we go. Son of a whore! Have you people taken your Adderall yet? Just curious. This lobby is cancer. Let's try this one time. Another one. I don't know you. I mean, hello, friend. Whatever. Alright, we're gonna try. Just, you know what? Hopefully this lobby will have been... Uh-oh. Well, this is an EU lobby, and I only say that to say there could be some lag. But what the hell? Oh, looks like the aircraft might be choppy, my friend said. Let me... You know what? He's right. I may have to drop the resolution. Thanks, Ziggy Pig. Oh, let's see. That might... It might rip some... The Oculus might rip some hair out from front of my head. Let's drop it. I think this should be good. Zig, I'll look back on the screen in a few minutes, if that's cool. Oh, you know what it is? I gotta close this, I gotta close this thing right here. Since we don't need it. I think that was the problem. Having done that, we can probably shoot back to base resolution. Shit. Nope. Did you just assume? Okay. Original resolution, what they got? Well, I don't know. It's not gonna make a huge difference, right? Let's go. Alright, so we're gonna try to fly a plane, do some actual battle, or what would you call it, you know, shit skimming. I'm not, well, that's cool. The guy has the plane at the end of the runway. Good work. Hello, fella. I'm seeing really good frame rate, and I'm happy about that. Just wanting to show you. That's really cool. I don't like to shoot at people that are just having fun. So, oh, you know what? It is getting choppy. Actually, I see it. Let me attempt to fly circles real quick. Yeah, it is. I'll need to land. Yeah, I see that now. This thing, I think. But you know what it is? I don't need to. It's this EU lobby. I'll start in East lobby. It'll fill pretty quickly. That's exactly what it is. Yep. I didn't even think about that. Bit of fact. So you get on base. You see. You look to your right. There's a gunner tower. Points out to the open water. On the Japanese server farm, the gunnery tower points back to the base. I feel like there may be an inside joke with respect to Pearl Harbor. I mean, it's not tasteful, but what the hell? It could be fixed now, but I seriously thought it was me. Alright. So we get a little bit of altitude here, and hopefully the lobby will fill soon. Oh, it's going again, isn't it? Alright, let's see if I can change this midstream. I don't want to go lower than that, but hopefully... That's a little better, even though it dropped in rate. Just do that and set this back to medium, actually. If I recall, we kept the resolution. And yeah, bear with. Hopefully, once it adjusts, it won't be as bad. I hope. There we go. I'm gonna fly over just a hair while we test. So I'll tell the Aileen Wuornos story now. I think everybody knows who she is. Pretty notorious lady serial killer. Charlize Theron played her in the movie Monster, actually. Stay out of the gun tower. So back in, I'd say 1987 to 1990 or so, my brother and I lived in Daytona Beach with my mom and stepdad at the time. And we lived in a few different places. And at the time, we lived just off of Ridgewood Avenue, US 1 in South Daytona. So this is 1988, and it's not one of those, oh, it was whatever back then. No, it's not that at all. I was 12 years old back then, but it was kind of wide open. You know, I was able to ride my bike all summer, pay homeless schizophrenics for really good drawings. Quite an adventure. And we lived one house from the corner of Ridgewood where there was an inspiring young man who both sold drugs and had a stable of sex workers that were working for him. So you'd see women coming and going. Sometimes we'd have to help the police find them and couldn't go outside. It was very weird, not a good area. What we just remembered for a time was during the summer, there was this lady that we knew worked there. She just was not pretty at all. And it wasn't... Stand by. And she just looked scary. I mean, legitimately scary. They did a great job in Monster. And she had no smile on her that we saw. And so we used to get scared of her. You know, we'd talk and say hey to some of the women that worked that corner there. And we got pretty scared of her. So I'd say, we kind of saw that, joked around with it for a few weeks. There was a 7-Eleven right across the street from where we lived. And I loved that place because they always had 2 arcade cabinets in rotation. And at the time of this story, there was Shinobi by Sega and Ninja Gaiden by Tecmo. It's just a weird memory. And I beat them both on 1 credit that summer, which is pretty cool. So my brother and I were in there. We know the night clerk, pretty freaking stoned. They had a championship sprint game with 4 wheels, and he had broken the latch, so we could just put our hands down there and get infinite credit. So we're in there one night. I think I was getting like the hot dog with cheddar, nacho cheese or whatever. My brother was just chilling, getting a drink. Well, that lady comes in, and she actually smiles at us, says hello, and we didn't have enough money to buy the 2 things we wanted, so she ended up buying a hot dog and a big Colt for the 2 of us. Said a nice thing, thanks, you're kind of stunned. She was kind. So whatever, life goes on. A couple of days later, I happened to mention to my mother that, that scary, ugly looking woman was really nice to us. She bought food, blah, blah, blah. Well, Mom went militant. Following morning, she was taking us to school. Normally we would have taken the bus. And she worked as a waitress and closed at a Steak and Shake down there back then. And robberies and crime were pretty thick back in that time, so she was packing. She knew how to take care of things. We were driving. We passed this office part where it was common that, Johns would drop off their dates, if you will, and go about their day. We passed there, and I guess she sees Wuornos get out of the car. So my mother whips the vehicle to the right, like drifting in this parking lot like Dukes of Hazzard, jumps out, pulls, I think it's a snub nose from her pocketbook. And as Wuornos is walking, she gets right in the woman's face and puts the pistol to her chest and says, you come near my fucking kids again, I'll kill you. Don't talk to them. Don't come near them. Don't say a goddamn word. Like, my mom went fierce on her. And it scared the hell out of me. And I think we moved from the area maybe, it's choppy, I know. We moved from that area like maybe 3 or 6 months later. Again, it's just weird stories. You don't think about it. Sorry. Let me walk this off. And so fast forward to 1999. I live in college in an apartment with a few people. My brother at the time lived in another city, married, that kind of thing. I was watching A&E, one of those Justice Files things. And it was talking about, notorious female serial killers. Oh, that sounds great. Let's check it out. So I keep hearing names in Wuornos. I keep hearing Volusia County, 12 men. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I go look at it. And it's almost like you've been looking for someone your whole life, and they appear on TV. I couldn't believe it. I had no idea that she had done these things. And this is from 88 to to 99 words. So I called my brother and I said, turn on the A&E. He did. He goes, that's the woman that bought us the big gulp in the hot dog. I'm like, yep, she killed a lot of men. And I could hear the glass break at his house because he had a cup and he legitimately dropped it. It's just a weird encounter. And I mean, truthfully, it's not the craziest one that I've had, but it's still crazy as hell. I think she continued to work that corner until we left. You know, we weren't permitted to go over there, but we did. So it's a very strange story. I hope if this issue with the choppiness doesn't stop, I may have to kill this stream. I don't want to make it look like garbage, that's for certain. That ought to do it. If it doesn't like this, we'll let it ride the standard stakes though. All right, hold on one second. I've minimized all my apps so they're not having the redraw on the screen. Here's if it makes a difference or not. Looks like I'm still getting stutter. Let's try to fly. Part of me that half of this is troubleshooting. But yeah, that story. I had a job once, not the one I had now, and they asked me what's something about you that nobody knows, and I wrote down Aileen Wuornos bought me a meal. I mean, you have to tell that story after putting down something like that. But yeah, it was crazy. You got to see what was really the real side of Daytona. You know, you have your spring breaks, you have your bike weeks, but behind all that plastic, pink, and puke green stucco is just a very tired service industry. My mother, let's see if this works. But it's interesting. I think actually Vice did a piece on it. It seems slightly better, or at least tolerable. I think. Oh! Yes, I guess that might be a tale for cocktail parties or some other interesting social function. I can be a noted after dinner raconteur, I suppose. Beautiful city. Who can we kill? Alright. Stand by. What they don't know is you switch their gun out with natural sweetener. Let's see if that does the difference. So yeah, those commercials back in the day, right? In Folgers. Fancy restaurant, and they swapped the coffee. What the fuck are you doing? It's a fancy restaurant. Drink their coffee. Take your bullshit test somewhere else. I don't know, it used to irk me as a kid. Like, I'm sure these people paid a lot of money for that food. Why in the fuck are you going to give them the same kind of coffee? The same kind of coffee your grandma's been offering you forever. Yeah. I have no idea. Just pissed me off as a kid, you know. Got your like $200 meal, maitre d' leaves, sucker puts a pack of Folgers in there. That's wrong. That's like selling bad drugs. Come on, let's face it. Caffeine is a drug or a vitamin. That's like selling bad drugs. I'll get off of it. I'm not saying if you drink Folgers there's an issue. I'm just saying I would have an issue if I had to drink Folgers. It's like the way that a coyote is nothing more than an outlaw dog. It's like outlaw coffee. That's all it is. At any rate, ramble aside, I do hope everyone is doing really well tonight. Just decided to have some fun and do a PM stream. Just find them enjoyable. Like setting up OBS, hoping somebody else has a good time with it. Can I hit them? Wait, so I can get him down. I find test pilots incredibly relaxing, and there are a lot of other flying worlds as well. I believe the last outpost was one we did this morning stream, and it was a lot of fun. Want to hear something loud? I'm gonna pop the canopy. Alright. Let me try to jump out of this thing over. There's a secret base, secret in quotes, where a stealth bomber is located and a shoulder fire rocket launcher. What's kind of fun is I'll take it back to the base, shoot someone down once or twice, and then when they're down I'll go over there, apologize, you know, but I'll hand them the rocket launcher. And even say, like, if you want to shoot me back, you can. Fair play is fair, right? That thing misses. Alright. Got him. Right? Pretty rad. Not a bad flight. Oh, beautiful. Nice. And maybe safety settings as well. That's cool. Avatars are fine. Don't mind those. Let's do. Nope. That was fine. Nope. 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 All right. Here we go. Hey, Ziggy Piggott, if you mean working on the board prop, the fuck? Oh, sorry, came down quickly. If you mean working on the board proper as a tester, not as a developer, what the fuck am I doing here? I've tested the board in its iterations when releases come out, but as far or if you're talking about the stream setup itself, I'm not sure which one. But there are some worlds like that one, The Last Outpost, that this guy named Gen Obvious created, and I did help him with testing some features here and there. And we checked out that world this morning. I need to go back to it. But yeah, I typically just try to mix in some lo-fi beats, you know, do something random or utilitarian, going for a little fighting action. We definitely want to showcase other worlds. There's not a lot of content on YouTube regarding test pilots. Gen obviously has probably the best. That guy's dead. And there are a couple other channels that do cool things with landing tricks, tutorials on how to fly planes. Oh. I wouldn't mind trying one for a helicopter. And if this son of a bitch would turn around and kill people, that'd be great. You know, I don't want this plane anymore. I'm getting mad impatient. I want that helicopter. Okay, let's get started. I'm not gonna grief, but if they need help, I figured he wasn't gonna make it. I would glide around the base a bit. Ooh. So I mentioned this before about getting good with the helicopter. I caught it running the bases. I couldn't think of anything else. But it helps you with getting it level and then getting the nose forward. And what's good about that is it really helps you when you're trying to land these things. I jokingly say they're like a baby, you know, baby can take a drop more than people think. But truly, yeah, that you can lower the helicopter a little faster than you think. A lot of people get it really good and they seize up. And that's the end of it. Such a nice lobby. You don't feel like doing any damage. Young people. People turning. Oh my. Holy shit, I just said young people. Okay. Some of my social credit just has to go into the ether for that one. I am so sorry. Alright, I want. I can jump lobby to lobby trying to find people to kill here. Let's see USD's lobby. Alright. Let's do this. Fly through here. Another random story. For the last couple of weeks, I just got into this thing where I wanted to watch Jerry Springer episodes, just for the hell of it. And so they had a commercial, you know, if you want to be on the show, call 1-800-29-JERRY. Why not? Paused it. I called the number. It's a scam for Medicare assisted life alert bracelets for seniors. So I finally got through, and I talked to a woman for a while named Shanice. Told her my name was Billiam Janderson. My family calls me Janny for short. I come from a long line of custodial engineers. I spent 15 minutes on the phone before I hung up the call. Figured out the phone system they were using, and for some reason the following morning, to what I understand, they changed it to just go directly to Allstate Insurance. I shit you not. We called the number to see if we could get another rep, just, you know, do scam baiting, and it went straight to Allstate. But I didn't think it was Allstate, but it was. It was their call center. So I had to wait on the line and tell the rep, no, I'm not with Allstate. I don't need any insurance. I'm just here to give you some information. So I gave her the phone number, and I'm like, you know, incidentally, this was the same number of people called me on Jerry Springer. She did not think I was being serious. I said, this is the strangest piece of information I have had to relay in some time. Trust me, I wouldn't spend it calling Allstate to say someone was pranking you on an 800 number. I'm just saying a line that used to scam people did. So she forwarded it onto her IT department. That's the last I heard of it. Do we get him? Oh. So mean. We're getting pretty good on that. Alright. So now he's going to get him from me. Yep. So I like calling those old school numbers like 1-800-257-1234. I can't think of any others off the top of my head, but they're all basically just recordings and you may won something. Like, yeah, they won your time wasted. Alright, let's see. Been ranting and raving like an SOB. Coming back to human being status, I hope you all are continuing to be well. I'm gonna land this thing. Jesus, these people are moving like, what the hell? I think, hang on. I think there's a time banding issue. Nope. Oh, I should not have done that without having refueled. I was gonna say, I'm gonna land the plane. I may have to industry, but all of a sudden people seem like they want to fight. But I don't see any of the craft associated with the icon. Yeah, I wasn't seeing the actual aircraft associated with the avatar, but it seems like I do now. Oh, sadness of cruise! Sadness of cruise. What shall we do? I'll show you what we shall do. Welcome to Plague Gear, sons of bitches. This plane has a bit of like a zero turning radius effect. Let's see. It flies like an office chair. That's the best way I could put it. It's pretty smooth. Let's see. I don't want to ruin my chances of screwing people's lives up. Stand by. Slowing it down. Like, not that, but you get the idea. Alright. Can do. So we're gonna have a little mischief. You ready for this? Alright. So we're gonna take a trip to a place not that far away, but to a life not understood. I totally messed up that whatever I was doing. Improv? Yeah, right. More like improve. So there's a hidden rocket launcher over here, and typically if I don't see any action over there, I don't think the people on the board know about it. Did I just fuck myself here? Hang on. I should be fine for the drop. And it's gone. Doing that, I hate that thing it does, right? Yeah, I have to go. So hold on. They don't know about it, but I have to walk. Like, I need a life alert bracelet. Son of a bitch. You know, they respawn. I think it's gonna happen again until you jump up on something. So I have to hold this right in the air. So yeah, I'm gonna have to jump in a craft just so it'll do its thing and jump back out. Watch. Good to go. All right, here we go. While I don't condone this, I'm not gonna condemn it either. It feels good. It feels really good. All right. Okay. Oh no, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do when Missile Mania runs wild on you? That won't work for me, brother. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, let's let those folks have their turn. Sounds good to me. Just think about shooting a plane from overhead. They can't quite. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. There we go. Oh, this is great. That was pretty decent. That was not bad at all. All right, let's go back into it. Okay. I have the same set aside with that. All right, I'll do the stream cam for the rest of this to get some more footage of it to compare. Put this out there. And at some point I'll drop it. Call it a night. But yeah, the story, the Wuornos story, sorry. It's a strange one. But you hear about people coming to random encounters all the time. Why did it have to be with someone like that? Alright. Now we're going to do it VRChat stream cam style. Where you'll see nothing but, you know, missiles hitting invisible objects. But that's okay. You know, I'm going to have a little fun here too. Got him before he got me. Yeah. What now? Okay. Alright. I mean, you have to, for an operation like that, or mission, or a move or whatever, maneuver, sorry, it's nice to have this because the person with their head on a swivel doesn't make you feel like you have your head on a swivel. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, right now, there's a guy in there. I say guy, a person in there getting, like, I'm shooting at something. I think y'all see it. It may just be me. Yeah, okay, never mind. I may have been wrong this whole time, and it's kind of fitting that I would discover it at the end of the stream. I can live with that. Alright, let's just go for a little rocky, crazy run, and we'll call it a night. And I have no idea. I know Ziggy Piggy was in the house. I appreciate him being here. Poultry Leg World Order, Shark World Order. Shout out my man Hood Hustler. Shout out Ravens Dolphin and Leap, Shinko Fleur, Dark Dave Mirrors, Rye Drake, F is for Freightliner World Order, Whoopa World Order, Ludwig World Order, Snort Burnell, of course, Almighty Frogga, and the whole DSP Detractor community. Good people. Good people. Alright, I'm gonna land. I'll say goodbye from this landing strip. But I do. I appreciate you. As it says in the stream deck there, and I mean it, thank you for being you. It's all you can be. It sounds... It's a trite type of thing that is said a lot, but I do mean it in earnest. The pandemic, the Omicron sweep, the garbage got people shook up, and lives are... readjusted probably indefinitely. Not in a negative sense, but you wouldn't have done that had there been no pandemic. So hopefully soon people would go out before the summer and enjoy themselves. So then just stay safe. I feel like even wearing one and going in my own bathroom, a mask. Totally kidding. Alright, here we go. Slide in the home base. Hop out. Let's see a clone, ready? It's me. I want to do some clown tricks for you. This is called the backflip. Alright, I'm kidding. Again, thanks for hanging out. I'll try to do I'm doing a few different things along the way. It's just VRChat, it's just test pilot. It's not necessarily everyone's bag, but I have a lot of fun doing it, so. Peace, take care, good night.